Look around any busy coffee shop, a gym, or even a corporate office today. What do you see? Ink everywhere. Tattoos used to be the mark of the rebel. They belonged to sailors, bikers, and outliers. But in the last 2 decades, something fascinating happened. Tattoos became the norm, they became mainstream art. But what about the people who don't have them? In a world where getting a sleeve is almost a rite of passage, choosing to remain a blank canvas is now the rarer choice. Is it fear of needles? Is it a commitment issue? Or is there a deeper psychological profile behind the decision to stay ink-free? Today, we are diving deep into the psychology of people who don't get tattoos. We aren't here to judge either side, but to understand the personality traits, the fears, and the values that keep some people from going under the needle. Let's start with a bit of irony. For a long time, getting a tattoo was the ultimate sign of nonconformity. You got inked to show you were different, you were unique. However, psychology suggests a shift in this dynamic. There is a concept known as the need for uniqueness. Interestingly, as tattoos have become incredibly popular, people with a very high need for uniqueness might actually avoid them. Why? Because when everyone else is loud visually, the most radical way to stand out is to be quiet. For some, having unblemished skin is the new rebellion. It's a way of saying, I don't need to decorate my body to express who I am. By the way, if you are finding this topic interesting so far, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It really helps the algorithm understand that we are asking the right questions here. So for this group, not getting a tattoo isn't about being boring. It is a conscious choice to separate themselves from the trend. They look at the crowd and decide to go the other way. Now, let's get a bit more scientific. Psychologists often look at the big 5 personality traits. 2 of these are massive predictors of whether someone gets a tattoo or not: openness to experience and conscientiousness. People who get tattoos usually score very high on openness. They are adventurous, they like new sensations, and they are generally more impulsive. On the other hand, people who don't get tattoos often score higher on conscientiousness. What does this mean? Well, conscientious people are planners, they are organized, they think about the long-term consequences of every action. They are the ones asking, what will this look like in 40 years? Or will this limit my career options even slightly? It's not that they are afraid, it's that their brain prioritizes future stability over immediate gratification. They don't just live in the moment, they live in the next decade. This brings us to a huge psychological barrier: the fear of regret. There is a fascinating psychological phenomenon called the end of history illusion. Basically, we all think that the person we are today is the person we will be forever. We acknowledge we changed in the past, but we think our current preferences are final. People who abstain from tattoos might be hyper-aware of this illusion. They realize that their taste in music, art, or philosophy might change. To them, etching something permanent onto a changing vessel, their body, feels illogical. They value flexibility. They want the option to change their identity without needing a laser removal session. If you relate to this, or if you have a friend who overthinks every decision like this, consider sharing this video with them. I'm sure they'd feel seen. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into human behavior. Let's move to something a bit more visceral. For some, the decision isn't about regret or society, it's about bodily integrity. Psychologically, some individuals view their body as a finished product or a temple that shouldn't be altered. This often correlates with people who prefer natural foods, natural remedies, and generally avoid surgery or modification. They feel a strong desire to keep their physical form in its original state. There is also a sensory component. High sensitivity or sensory processing sensitivity plays a role. For some people, the idea of voluntary pain or the sensation of a needle dragging across skin isn't just unpleasant, it is overwhelmingly overstimulating. Their nervous system simply says, no thanks. So what does this all mean? Are people without tattoos boring, prudish planners? Number. Are people with tattoos impulsive rebels? Not necessarily. It comes down to how we view our identity. For the tattooed, the body is a canvas to express their journey, their pain, and their loves. For the non-tattooed, the body is often viewed as a vessel that should remain adaptable, preserved, or simply quiet. It is a clash between the desire for expression and the desire for preservation. And honestly, both are valid psychological strategies to navigate this crazy world. I would love to hear from you in the comments. Do you have 0 tattoos? If so, what is your main reason? Is it the pain, the permanence, or just not your style? Let me know down below. Psychology is everywhere, even in the skin we leave blank. If you want to better understand the human mind and the whys behind our daily decisions, make sure you follow the channel. Hit that like button if you learned something new today, and I'll see you in the next video.